And good morning. We have a treat this morning. We have Dr. Richard Michal in the house. He has a business called MDVIP. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So glad
Sandra.
to have you here in the AM, and he's also on in the PM. So Dr. Michal is on once a month, and we always try to let you know. And we'll go ahead and say next Tuesday night at 7:30 he will be right here with a very interesting guest. So anyway, let's talk about MDVIP for our morning audience.
Okay.
What is MDVIP?
MDVIP is a very specialized type of medical practice. It's one that is very, very unique, and I'm pleased to be able to offer that to the Rocky Mount community.
Yes, because we didn't have that here.
No, ma'am.
Before you. You're the first one to bring it to Rocky Mount.
That's correct. That's correct. You know, one of the most valuable things in a physician-patient relationship is the time that we have to spend.
Yes.
And you know, you can do a lot of things creatively, but you can't manufacture time.
Right. That's right.
And time is everything. You know, as care becomes more complex and we start rolling lots of things in there.
Yes.
And you only have 5 or 6 minutes with your physician, boy, it gets really fast and furious. In our practice, actually, folks, we devote 30 minutes to your follow-up visits, so it's a lot longer time. In fact, we have time to talk about in-depth things that you can only superficially do in a traditional practice.
I've heard people say so many times, golly, that doctor came in, he never stopped walking. He came in, he talked to me, and I know he had to get to the next patient because he had a lot going on, but I didn't get a chance to ask him a couple of things I needed to ask.
Well, and I guess what I would say is, how did that make you feel?
Yeah.
Or how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
As a patient, you know, you have an unknown, you have a question, and then good luck trying to call back and get the doctor on the line to finish the conversation. And that's one of the things I love about this practice as a doctor.
Yes.
Because I have time. You can ask questions, you can ask follow-up questions, we can engage in communication.
Yes.
So it's not just read this handout, see you in 3 months.
Right.
It's actually, let's talk about what goals do you have as a patient? How do we get there? What fears do you have in taking either a medicine, or what questions do you have in terms of this diet change or this exercise change?
In that first visit, you get to know that patient so well, everything about that patient, and that is important, isn't it, Dr. Michal?
Oh, it's absolutely. In fact, we actually, MDVIP program is unique among many of the concierge models, because what MDVIP stands for is value in prevention. And on our executive exam, we call it an executive exam, we actually take the insurance handcuffs off. And what I mean by that is insurance will often drive what doctors can test for.
Yes.
And you know, we have to be cognizant of that. But in this program, we actually test many, many things, and we don't worry about that insurance piece because that's the enrollment fee. That's what the enrollment fee actually pays for.
Right.
And folks, you have 1 hour of testing with my staff. We do lab tests that dive deep into your health and uncover things. And then you have a 90-minute debrief with me.
Wow, 9 minutes on the first visit.
We go into depth. And you know, it's amazing some of the things we've uncovered. I've had 2 patients come to me who did not know they were diabetic. We found out they were diabetic. And actually, the one fellow has been with me a year, and he doesn't know this yet. But I just saw his repeat values, and they are markedly different, and he's improved. And he's no longer, if he came in today for the first time, he'd no longer be a diabetic. So we have been able to initiate some things. Rampant vitamin deficiencies in our population. One of the scarier things that I've uncovered is when we do this testing that's very deep, I liken it to little flashing lights on your dashboard. You know, if you're driving down the road and you see red flashing lights on your dashboard, you can ignore it, but you might pay attention and you might say, I better get this into the shop.
Right,
and get
because
it
if
checked.
you don't, you might be sitting on the side of the road.
That's exactly right, going nowhere.
Right.
But if I see those flashing lights, then I tell you during your debrief, I say, you know, I could be wrong, but I think we need to do some further testing. And actually, we have uncovered plaque buildup. Now, what plaque buildup, folks, is, and we've talked about this on our evening shows, it's buildup in your arteries. This is bad stuff.
Yes.
This can lead to heart attacks and strokes. And but we are finding this now in people in their 30s and actually in their 20s. And the only reason I would have ever done this testing is because we did the executive level exam, we uncovered some things, and that led me in a direction to say we should test you.
Well, think about what we all have going on in our bodies that have not surfaced. That's kind of scary, and especially plaque. I mean, prevention is everything. I would think if you have plaque and you know it ahead of time with today's medicine, I mean, piece of cake.
Well, you can certainly put a lot of effort into it. You know, when things are symptomatic, what we call symptomatic, then it gets your attention. But many of the things that are medical problems and medical challenges, medical diseases, don't have symptoms in the beginning, and they can still come up and bite you badly.
Right, absolutely. So how does someone sign up for this?
Well, we actually have several ways to do this. We have a meet and greet, actually, folks. If you call our office, and that number locally is 252-451-7043.
Repeat that again, Dr. Michael, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. 252-451-7043. And you can ask for Bridget or Grayson. They're my medical assistants. And we have a meet and greet. And I will actually spend 30 minutes with you, no charge, and we'll talk about what are you looking for in a medical patient-doctor relationship, what kind of problems do you have, what kind of challenges do you have, and can our practice help you with that?
Well, when we sign up for this, in this program, Dr. Michael, if I'm not mistaken, you are the doctor. You're the man. I mean, you're the one that if I have a problem, even after I sign up, if I have a problem, night or day, I can get in touch with you. Is that right?
That is correct. We joke about it because, you know, in many of the practices now, you may need to get seen on a particular day. You know, you may have a problem today, you call in for the appointment, and you won't see possibly your physician, but you'll see somebody else within the practice.
Right.
In our MDVIP practice, we joke about it, you're stuck with me.
And that, I think that's good. You know, when you have a doctor, you want your doctor. Your doctor knows you. You know your doctor. You develop a relationship with your doctor, and you want to see your doctor when you're sick.
Yeah, and it goes even beyond that. I've spent several hours talking with a wife whose spouse is in the hospital now undergoing a surgical procedure, and we've been in contact. We've been talking for quite some time over the last 24 hours about the things going on for him. So, yeah, the relationship extends. I think one of the scariest things as I looked at this type of practice was the 24/7 access.
Yes.
That was a little bit scary for a doctor.
Right.
But my patients are very respectful of that.
Yes.
And when I get a call from them, I know that
Yeah, we don't
there's
want
a
to call
reason.
Dr. Michael if our nose is running or we have a sore throat. We want to call Dr. Michael if we are perhaps having something that we feel, hey, I think I need medical attention now. So,
So answering those questions, you know, it goes a long way when you can be reassured
yes,
rather than you're guessing. And as a patient, guessing is difficult, and it's a scary place to be. And if a phone call and us chatting to get information, and I feel confident in what's going on, I can tell you that, then that works out great. You know, we also have another thing that's so different from my traditional practice is our standard operating procedure is same-day appointments. Now, that is, again, unique.
that is very unique.
That's unique. So it's same-day or next-day appointments. And another funny thing is, quite honestly, if you walk into our reception room, you'll say, there's nobody here. Maybe they aren't very busy. And that's not true. But your wait time to see me is about 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Wow.
You know?
That's incredible. And plus, now you are going to spend time with the patient.
Yes.
So you space them apart, I would think,
On
so
purpose.
that you're not sitting in the waiting room because I'm getting attention, you know. So I can understand why it wouldn't be that many people in the waiting room. You
Yes,
know, that's a good thing.
We'd rather have you back talking to me than
Yeah.
waiting for me.
Absolutely. So that's really good. So you pay. Explain how
Yes.
this works, Dr. Michael.
Well, the fee for the MDVIP program is $1,800. Now, that's a big chunk of change, but when you think about it, that's about $5 a day. You can get a specialty coffee that costs about $5 a day. And I know there's some coffee drinkers out there. But at any rate, you know, the point being is that really, folks, it's about your health. And to take a deep dive into your health, how much is that worth to you? You know, you're never going to have this kind of experience in a regular practice.
Right.
As good as the doctors are, as attentive as people are, as meaningful a desire to deliver the best care, you can't invent time.
Right.
You cannot invent time, and that's probably the singular difference, is we recognize that in the practice, and that's built into the way we practice, is you have time with the doctor.
And now this $1,800, they don't have to write a check for the entire amount if they don't want to, do they, Dr. Michael?
That's correct, Sandra. It can be done probably 3 different ways. Of course, you can pay for it all up front.
Yeah, sure.
But most people do it on a quarterly basis. Most people do it on a quarterly basis, and we can accept HSA accounts. So if you have an HSA account or a spending account, that can be used towards this.
That's only $600 for a quarter, I would say. That's about
$450
$450
per quarter, $1,800.
Oh, okay, I did my math wrong. Okay, $450 a quarter. Now, think about it, folks. That for your health, and to get an in-depth x-rays, lab work, an in-depth study of what is going on with your body, I mean, that's so good.
Well, and you know, I talk to my staff. We pray every day for our patients, and just that we'll be attentive, and that we want folks, when you come into the practice, we want you to have an incredible experience. And that starts from the moment you get in our office, when you finish with me, and when you're checking out and coming back. And you know, that whole experience again is different. You know, it's just a different experience. And you know, at the end of the day, I used to feel tired, worn out, wondering how I was going to make it to the next day.
You saw so many patients a day.
It's quite a difference. It's quite a difference in a traditional practice. But now when I end the day, I feel like, you know, we made a difference, and we are making a difference in this community, and we're uncovering things that people didn't know they had, and we're addressing those concerns. And you know, the great thing is, folks, these things are fixable, you know?
Wow.
When you have time to in-depth look at a patient, discovered a skin cancer that could have killed this patient.
Right. They're fixable if you catch it now.
We found it at the earliest
now.
stage. We found it at the earliest stage.
Yes.
So, you know, again, I can't say enough about when you have time with your physician, and your physician has time with you, and we can do in-depth studies that you cannot get in a traditional setting, we can find things that are fixable, that will make a difference in your health, and that's what we want to do.
And there are 4 quarters in a year, not 3. Okay. I've been sitting here. Okay, there's 4 quarters in a year, and that's why it's 450. So, anyway, well, Dr. Michal, where are you? Where can people find you?
Sure.
Where are you located?
Sure. We're at 804 English Road in Rocky Mount. So we're right down from the Shiny Diner, we call it, and we're right down there. We have a health food store, Bojangles, right next to us.
I was going to say, you're between the Bojangles and the Highway Diner, so we really do need to go to see Dr. Michal.
But at any rate, we're at 804 English Road and Suite 220. And again, you can call us at 252-451-7043. Both Grayson and Bridget would be happy to receive your call, and we're just excited about making a difference here. And I do want to put a plug in and inviting everybody to listen in live next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday.
Yes.
We're going to be speaking about a very, very important subject. And I know people, this time of year, people are thinking, beach, I want to lose some weight. I gained some stuff during the winter. How do I get rid of this because I don't want to look a certain way?
And we've been homebound with this COVID, and we're gaining weight, Dr. Michal.
Yes.
So we want to listen to you.
So we're gonna have. I've lined up a few special guests, and I hope to have at least one this month, and perhaps we'll do a follow-up the next month. But folks, for those chocolate lovers out there, I was just reading an article this morning when I was on my exercise bike about chocolate consumption and the connection with overweight and health. And I'll leave you cliffhanging because I'm not going to tell you what the conclusions were. You'll have to tune in. So bring your friends, and acquaintances. Come on Tuesday night, and we'll relate the rest of the story.
Oh, wow. I just can't wait because I love chocolate. Oh, wow. And Easter's coming, so we're going to be wanting to definitely hear what Dr. Michal has to say, because I know we'll be eating our chocolate bunnies. So anyway, please tune in. The shows have been so good, and I've had several people commenting, several of our viewers commenting on how good the information was on the show they watched. And we'll be sure to send you a Facebook message to remind you before next Tuesday, on Tuesday morning. So follow our Facebook. Don't forget that. Thank you, Dr. Michal, for coming this morning.
My pleasure, Sandra.
Very good information. All right, we'll be right back with you right after this.